Switching over to or talking about Method B, again, a lot of companies and a lot of customers, data centers utilize Method B. It's a good system. However, the most, I think, thing that stands out drastically with Method B is that in a duplex scenario, meaning a trunk cable into cassette modules, you have to have an A side and a B side cassette. Now, me, sometimes, I'm scatterbrained. So if I was implementing this into my system, if I needed 30 cassettes, I need 15 of one kind of cassette and 15 of another kind of cassette. And I have to make sure that 15 are, implemented on one side and 15 are implemented on another side. I think I can do it, but sometimes some of the people that I've hired over the years might have a challenge with that.
It may not be plug and play like you were saying earlier.
Not so much, okay? But, the good news with this is that at least I only need one style jumper, so at least that's good, okay?
Yep.
But now let's take a look again on the right-hand side, okay? Now we need parallel optics, okay? Well, again, take a look at, two things that stand right out to you, okay? First of all, all of a sudden my trunk now needs to become a male. Okay, well, there's very few options out there with installed base that you're able to switch these genders, okay, of these particular connectors. So long and the short of it is, now you have to buy, a jumper that has male on one side and female on the other. Again, it will work in the system there when we pull these cassette modules out. However, it will not work with a machine-to-machine plug-in, for example, on a spine and leaf type connection, a leaf switch to a core. You can't plug that in. You can't utilize the same jumper. Or you might have, Tony, the installer or guy working for you, trying to jam this male plug into your $1,000 100 gig transceiver and damage some things. Okay,
Yep.
So inherently, again, all challenges. And I didn't even bring up what I think is, which really makes Method B a non-usable system, is that there's a vendor out there that has a patent on the intellectual properties of FiberPath for single mode version of this. Again, not to get too techie, but in the single mode version of the MPO interconnects, the MPOs actually have to be angled. Okay, that's required because of the ferrule type and things of that sort and the laser transmissions. But anyway, they're made with an 8-degree angle. That's standard. Right. If you take a look again at the scheme, you'll see the adapters there with MPO. Now again, the MPOs are not only not only have genders associated with them, but they're also keyed.
Yep.
So these adapters obviously have to have keys on both sides. So the Method B adapter that's spec'd in the system is a key up to key up. What do you think happens when you plug a key up to key up angled MPO connector together, JT?
You're going to have an air gap.
A big air gap.
That's not good.
Angles are going to hit each other.
Yep.
Right. So you basically have to go out and find a proprietary cable that builds something away from what's supposed to be standard, besides the gender worry about that we talked about.
Right.
In order to try to make this system work. Now, why do I bring this up in single mode? Okay, because again, short reach single mode is becoming a big factor in data centers. Okay. Right now, the average cost of short reach single mode for 100 gig is about on par with multi-mode.
Oh, wow.
Transceivers. And we all know that single mode infrastructure is probably about 70% of that of multi-mode.
Yep.
And OM4. And when obviously OM5, it's the costs are high right now because it's a new technology. So yeah, it's probably more than 50% less expensive than OM5.
Okay.
So that's one thing to consider.